was the first foreign Olympics ever televised in the United States. CBS had done Squaw Valley, of course, earlier that year. That was in the U.S., and a lot of it could be live. As a matter of fact, at those Olympics in Squaw Valley, they only did, on the weeknights, 15 minutes. 11:15 to 11:30. Then they would do, a lot of stuff on the weekends. But here was the foreign games, and I think we did a half an hour every night, and then a lot on the weekends. And they simply had to be flown in, and there was no satellite at that time. Everything was in black and white. But thank God there was videotape, but there couldn't have been any televising of the Olympics.
And so since there is no satellite and then the electronic aspect is limited, if you want to interview a star athlete like Muhammad Ali, you have to go out to the airport to do it.
Well, as a matter of fact, we did do him. But he, of course, was not Muhammad Ali. He was Cassius Marcellus Clay from Louisville, Kentucky, who had actually been named after a man way back in maybe around Civil War time, a white man who had been particularly good to the African-American people of that time. At any rate, he was still known as Cassius Clay then, the light heavyweight champion of the Olympics. And I went out to meet him at the airport, and he was accompanied by being met by a couple of the Reynolds brothers, of Reynolds Aluminum and Reynolds Wrap and all that. They were from Louisville, and they were his sponsors at that time. And when he turned pro, just for a couple of years, maybe only a year or so. But anyway, this kid came off the plane, and I must say, legend would have it that he would come off saying, "I am Cassius Marcellus Clay." Nothing like that. He was kind of quiet and nice and did an interview. Went on his way with the Reynolds brothers.
So there were no sparks and no sense of showmanship in him yet?
No, there was in the ring at the Olympics. He was dancing and very flashy and very, very good, of course.
These summer games, of course, then lead on to your eventual transition over to ABC.
I remember one other thing about the summer games. Of all the events, I remember Abibi Bikila. Abibi Bikila, the marathon runner from Ethiopia, running in his bare feet through the streets of Rome and under the Arch of Hadrian, the victory arch of the people who had conquered his country, of course, Ethiopia, not too many years before. And there was a lot of symbolism to it, and he was a very charismatic man. That event stands out in my mind more than any of the other Olympic things.